Hi everyone, Patrick Flynn here from Simply Kaizen Consulting. Today I want to talk about change management. It's something that I often see not done nearly as well as it should be. A lot of the time you'll have someone find a new shiny object, they'll go to a conference, come back with a bunch of great ideas, and for whatever reason they communicate this to the team, but it doesn't take effect. It doesn't become part of the process, it doesn't work at the end of the day for whatever reason. I think this is really common in small business as we try to grow a small business from being a single person or a very small team and expand that to a broader team where what used to work now doesn't. When you're super small, you can change a process in your head. When you're super small, you're working really closely with a narrow range of team members. You know what they know what you know, and you can roll out change super quickly, and not everything needs to be documented. As you try to take your business to the next level, you need stronger tools and you need to invest more to be able to work across a range of personalities and a range of team members that may be increasingly specialized and not necessarily know how each and every part of every process works together, or may not have total carriage of a client file from start to finish, and so they don't have the same tacit knowledge as you might have had or a close team member might have had when you were starting out. So I'm going to give you 5 questions that you can ask yourself when we're rolling out change, and this really helps towards the resources for change. And this is one of the 5 elements of the NOSTA model for managing complex change. Is this part of a documented process? If you don't have a documented process, you have to document it. Otherwise, making change is very difficult. Are there sufficient training materials? Especially if it's a piece of technology, it's easy to say the tool itself has got lots of materials, so I don't need anything, but they don't speak to your business and your team members' needs. You need internal tools that may leverage those, but still apply it to your business. Have these things been brought to the team members' attention? You want to do this in a way that's provable. So we want to make sure it's done in an email, but also managed in a group session, be it a regular team update. You might have a regular weekly or fortnightly meeting or a daily huddle. Any of those are a great place to mention these, but we also want to have it in an email too. Has live training being offered? Do we have an opportunity for people to ask questions and say, I don't understand this element. You might think you'll have nailed it, but other people might not. So we've got to have that live training. And if we're doing live training, I encourage you, especially in this COVID or post-COVID era where we're using video and decentralized workforces a lot more, to record that session. If it's on Zoom, you might as well be recording it. And it has some follow-up taken place, has a managerial level follow-up or a team huddle level follow-up taken place, so that we've actually given it a crack. People will have had the opportunity to have tried this new process, and if they've got any questions, they've got a forum in which to raise it. If you can prove all of the above, then you can, hand on heart, know I've done all I can to encourage this change. Then you start having to use other tools around change management that aren't as good and we're reluctant to use in terms of a managerial context. But we want to make sure that those resources are there. If we do all of those things, it complements the other areas of the NOSTA model for managing complex change, being vision. It helps give opportunities to highlight the vision. It helps build the skills of the team. It motivates the team because the team feel like the change is being supported from management, and they should then in turn support it themselves. And it all supports the action plan for how we roll out change. All of these are complementary, but in particular, these resources is the focus for today. We want to make sure documented process, training materials that we can prove have been brought to people's attention, with live training for Q&A and follow-up training or engagement for Q&A. If we can do all of those things, then change should roll naturally and organically. And then if we've got change management issues beyond that, it's not a support issue. If it's indeed not managed in that sense, then it will become a support issue, because you can't tell someone, you're not doing this change, why aren't you doing it, if they can rightly say, I don't understand it, I don't feel supported. So support your team members, engage your change, and your new ideas can then come to life.